This is Derek Sherinian, and you're geeking out to Gear Gods. Welcome to Beechwood Manor Studios. I'm going to take you through a couple of rig configurations that I'm working on. One is my Synth rig, and the other is my B3 rig. So let's dig in. I'm always tone searching, tone hunting for different configurations that sound bitchin', and I find that certain pedals and certain synths seem to work well together, and so I keep just mixing and matching. Right now, I think I have a pretty winning combination. So let's start with the signal flow. Let's start with the synth. This is a Nord Lead 3, and this is my oldest synth in my collection that I've owned. And Nord presented this to me in 1999. And the first record I used this on was the Planet X Universe record. And I love it. I mean, it's fat sounding. It has a very distinct sound. And it's not pure analog, it's virtual analog. But it's so consistent and fat sounding, and there's a gritty ballsiness to the filter. And right now, as far as my lead sound, this is like the number one synth that I've been using, because I'm able to just, the expression controls on it, and then the way the filters open up, and I can assign any of the parameters. Like I can open up the cutoff from here, I can put the aftertouch or modulation to the wheel, or I could do it, assign it to aftertouch, and there's just a lot of flexibility within it. I'm always going through different pedals. I have piles of pedals. Certain pedals seem to work better with certain synths and certain amps, and so I'm constantly mixing and matching. And right now, with this Nord Lead 3, what I have down here seems to be working great. This is the new Solo Dallas Storm pedal, and this company is great. They also make the Schaefer Replica Tower. This is the pedal version of it. And then I recently just got this 5150 Van Halen overdrive pedal, which is very killer, next to the EVH flanger, which is a big part, next to the EVH phase. I'm a loyal Van Halen fan and enthusiast, and I like to bring Eddie with me into the sound because he's badass. And then I have a carbon copy MXR delay, and then I have my Boss DD2, and I have a lot of these Boss digital delays. I think I have like 6 or 7 of them, and the DD2s are the most desirable ones. I don't know why, but I like them. And so I'm running all of these pedals, the Nord through the pedals. I'm going to have a pedal board built once I'm 100% sure that this is going to be the configuration. Oh, also the pedal power from Voodoo Lab. I have a bunch of those also. Very great company. It's been very helpful. And then I have the Boss volume pedal. I like this pedal. It's a nice low profile, but I'm always looking for new volume pedals. And then the key is I'm going through this custom Marshall Plexi replica, and it's made by a company called the Amp Shop, Gary and Michael here in the Valley, and they do great work. They've made all my amps. These are my amps for my B3, which is more clean power. These are 137 watt of clean power, really high gain, ballsy, but this is more dirty sounding for guitar and to plug the synths in for more of a lead sound. So through this combination, I've started to get some more, some of the most aggressive sounds that I've ever touched upon. My 1962 Hammond B3, this is a rare fruitwood finish. I got this in 2010 when I joined Black Country Communion. I've taken it on a lot of tours with Billy Idol, Black Country Communion, and I love this instrument. It's totally killer. It's pretty stock. The only modifications that are on it, you can see some knobs here. I have a Schaefer replica tower, and I have it installed inside of the unit because I love what it does, how it just boosts the sound and brings out frequencies. Everything else is pretty stock. The only other mod is this Trek 2 pedal that I have for more extreme percussion mod on the low manual. And again, I'm all about the pedals. I love it. And this pedal configuration is a little bit different. I have the trusted EVH flanger. Here's my DD2s. And then I have TC Electronic Hall of Fame reverb, which is great. And then another TC Electronic delay, which is cool. It's just a little bit different flavor. And I don't really add too many more pedals on the organ. I keep it simple. I just have 2 different delays for different settings. One has kind of like a slap back. The Leslie I use for my recording, this is an old model 45, but it's basically totally modded out. It's like a 147, and the speakers have been switched out. I have a JBL vintage LE15, so I can get more balls out of the low end. And then also for the horn driver, I have a 2482 vintage, which takes a lot more abuse, especially down on the low stuff. Because if you crank through the stock Leslie's, that the speakers that are in there, like the Jensens or whatever else they put in there, you'll blow that shit out so fast. And you need to, if you're especially running through these high gain Marshalls, these 136 watt amps, you need speakers and horn drivers that are going to be able to take that abuse. So I do that to all of my live Leslie's, and also to the studio one, custom vintage keyboards. Luke Jones does all my mods. And so, yeah, it's a great sound for that. And what else? Back here, I have a JC120. Sometimes it has a really quirky sound, so I'll run my Rhodes through it, and guitar players love it. An old Fender Showman, Fender Twin, and I just run my Nords through a Marshall 412, but I think I just blew a speaker on my last little demonstration with you, so if there's some crust in that tone, that's what it is. Here's the tone. Thank you for coming to my studio. You can check me out at DerekSherinian.com and also BeachwoodManorStudios.com. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and I will be on the next Black Country Communion album, which will be out next year. So see you then.